Xenoverse 2, really fun game, really great. Got some good stuff in it. Not perfect by a mile. But fortunately for Dimps and everyone else involved, I do know how to make it perfect. Or I guess just semi-perfect, it's not the best thing in the world. It's all thanks to an overhaul of the world's first mod pack for Xenoverse on Switch. It started sloppy, but bit by bit, as God makes the regrettable decision of allowing me more and more power, I've been able to make it closer and closer to the most ideal possible Dragon Ball experience. Collecting PC mods from every generation of Xenoverse's lifespan and making brand new ones that PC players aren't allowed to enjoy, and defying the need for ever using some janky installer toolkit. This is the Xenoverse Switch mod pack, and it's the greatest it's ever been. Just to inform the uninformed, this here project has been a labor of love I've been damned to toil away at for over 2 years now, probably more than that, I've lost count.
Because God has cursed me for my hubris, and my work is never finished.
It's been shaped, reshaped, split in two, and much more, but you don't need to know any of that, because this 100% definitely final this time version has everything the past versions had and more. This mod pack is 100% compatible with all single-player content that released prior to the update from last week. They're still making more. I can tell you this for certain because I ended up having to replay the entire f***ing game all over again. I take no half measures, except of course for the half measure I took regarding the lightest content, because God knows if I made any more delays for this thing, it might as well be a Hunter x Hunter mod pack instead. As far as I can tell though, the only issue is that the new Ultra Instinct transformation has some animation goofiness since it uses the very modified common character animation files. This, along with plenty of other small issues I'm aware of, will be addressed in a QOL patch released sometime soon, likely December 2026. The only big deal you really need to worry about is going online. Unlike the PC version, there are no checks against modded files that will prevent you from going online in XenoSwitch. You can look forward to a potential ban though. So without any more smug waffling, it's time for me to tell you all about the good bits. First off, how do you feel about those charge skills? The ones that you gotta grind for and that take up an entire slot just so you can do something that every other character can normally do in a regular Dragon Ball game. Well, now you press heavy and light tack together and behold, you'll charge ki without needing to worry about that skill. Not only that, but charges are a lot more varied per character now. Namekians, for example, will charge some health and androids will charge stamina, but neither charge their ki as fast as usual. Some characters don't get the luxury of having a charge move, but that honestly sounds like it's their problem. Secondly, this means that every character now has a freed up 4th slot in their move list, and hot damn did I ever fill that shit up. In addition to nearly 1,000 new moves being tossed in, every single character has had their move lists completely overhauled so that they use their abilities to their full potential. You know how DLC characters usually get like one single slot that has 3 unique moves, a cool ultimate, and full power energy wave for some foreskin forsaken reason? I basically did that to every single other character except that they usually get a second unique ultimate and even more extra moves. Thirdly, I made like a marriage counselor and decoupled costumes from stats and skills all across the board. Want to use Tian's DBS drip but don't want to pick a moveset that no sober human being would ever voluntarily use? Now his fit and his fitness are entirely separate, so he'll play the same regardless of which costume you choose. This also meant I got to go haywire and give a ton of new costumes to characters, a lot of which I'm pretty sure are going to give most of you out there half chub. Speaking of things suddenly protruding outwards, transformations have been completely overhauled, and it's all thanks to Dimps not knowing how to program their own shit. Basically, every single NPC in the game is programmed not only to never use awakenings, but to also immediately turn that shit off as soon as they go gold. And you know what? That's not fun. I don't enjoy the idea of relishing a Majin Vegeta vs Goku match, where Goku's stuck with his black bedhead the whole match. And so, since they only programmed this kind of clownery to happen when a skill in that specific slot is used, yeah, I just moved some of the awakenings for the cast characters into that brand new usable 4th skill slot. And it seriously just bypasses it. I guess Dimps was in a Sonic 4 Episode 1 kind of mood when they programmed these things. But of course, that's not all. You see, there's another thing that I miss about Tenkaichi's transformations. 2, in fact. The first is that you can select any transformation straight from the character select screen, so you don't have to wait around for the other guy to transform. The second is that each transformation completely changes your moveset, meaning every transformation is more or less its own entire character. This is possible thanks to my big brain decision to reverse engineer the pure Majin awakening, and it unfortunately means that characters can only transform up to 1 stage. To bypass this, selecting the transformation straight from the CSS swaps out the exit transformation skill with a 4th command. And while this can sometimes be a brand new move for you to use, it can also be a buff style transformation that takes you up a further stage. For example, Goku can use Super Saiyan 3, Gohan Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Super. Goku can use the ever iconic Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken times 2. What am I doing with my life? Now, obviously, not every character has enough moves to justify a whole second character for him, but I still wanted to have fun anyways. So, for characters who do have other forms but can't transform, they've been given those forms as alternate costumes, complete with auras and names and whatnot. This last bit is the moment you've all been waiting for, and it's the best part of the pack. Brand new characters are added. How many are added exactly? Well, counting transformations and not counting ones that are just costumes, 52. 52. 5-2. I'll just name them off quickly and spare you the suspense. Early Goku, Super Goku, these fucking names, this will be the death of me. Early Goku, Super Goku, Saiyan Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultimate Gohan, Evil Vegeta, Super Vegeta, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Brawler Trunks, Rage Trunks, GT Goten, Nail Piccolo, Nameless Namekian, Super Champion Hercule. Broly, Super Broly, Shallot, Super Frieza, Black Frieza, Super Android 13, Majin 21, Full Power Bojack, Hachiyak, Oob, not Majoob, Topo, Moro, Moro, Granola, and these other transformations I don't feel like reading out loud. I'm just reading over this and I'm tossing this out unscripted. I think being a Dragon Ball fan quadruples the amount of times an individual will type out parentheses in their lifetime. Just like transformations, there were also a bunch of characters who I felt like adding, but who also didn't have enough unique resources for me to justify tossing them in as full characters. So they've been added in as echo or clone characters. They function the same as costumes for their host character, but they can also have things like different voice clips and slightly changed up names when necessary. In the future, when the next QOL patch drops, I'll also be giving them all unique intro dialogue and voice clips. So there you go. There you have it. That's it. That's the mod pack. If you want specifics on how some characters work, show me some love and get the video shared around so I know it's worth it to even put this much effort into it. I would like to make guides for certain characters. If anything, it would be kind of ego stroking of me to talk about the ideas that went into them, but these kinds of things also take up a lot of time, and I would much rather be working on something else or getting money. Man's gotta eat. So hurry up and toss this shit on your SD card. Tutorials for modding will be linked in the description below, right after the very extensive list of credits for creators used in the creation of this mod pack. Show them some love and give them some money if you can afford it. If you see any errors or glitches, please comment them below and I'll be sure to take a crack at fixing them. Even if I have seen them before, it's always good to get a good poll on how many people are running into an issue. If you have any constructive criticism, maybe not for the video because I know it's shit. This is just a vehicle for you to download my stuff. Now feel free to leave a comment on that too. If you have any comments about how this isn't a big deal and I'm actually a big lazy leech, fuck you. Do it yourself if it's so easy, you goddamn